3, 2, 1. She's a natural. She gets it. Third Wheel Podcast, guys. Courtney has decided to join us. Sorry, over here.
Yeah.
Courtney has decided to join us for another episode. I'm really excited. How do you feel today, Courtney? What, as opposed to an hour ago when you said I felt great. Do you still feel great?
I actually do.
She's like, I'm taking over this whole project now.
Isn't this fun, though?
It is so much fun.
It's super exciting. I like having a thing. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber or something. Yeah. And I was like, what's the best way I can just run my mouth? And this is it. I can make, sometimes I make shorter videos that are just like one topic, but when I get to just free form, be myself, it's a lot of fun. So it's pretty good. Are you familiar with the Try Guys?
No.
Dang it. I told you to send her the stuff.
You did not.
Okay, so they used to work at BuzzFeed, and it was these guys.
What?
Yeah, so these 4 guys quit working at BuzzFeed, and they started something called the Try Guys, and it was just them trying stuff on camera, and then they expanded into all this other stuff, and it was a lot of fun. And they were working toward other projects. I think they had a deal going with Food Network. I didn't go into that deep on it.
Podcast was like their biggest thing, right?
Yeah. And I was really hoping you were familiar with them before. But basically, one of their guys, Ned Fulmer, his whole thing on the Try Guys was he's the my wife guy.
He's kind of like very little personality, but like I love my wife. That's his thing. Yeah.
Well, don't get too.
You just fell in the trap.
Yeah,
you're just part of the crowd.
He just fell for his crap. It turned out he was cheating on his wife with one of the staff members,
a producer, producer of the show.
And she was engaged as well. And they traveled a lot for their job, and they're trying stuff. Yeah. And he was cheating, and it came out, and they fired him immediately.
Well, also the way the wife found out was that through the fans.
Yeah.
So like because they posted on like social media and stuff.
Yeah, so fans caught them out at a club or something kissing, and so the fans took pictures of them like paparazzi, and some of it sent it over Instagram to his wife. Yeah. That's how she found out.
And she literally, the way she described it was that she didn't even register.
You're going too fast.
She couldn't even like register what was happening.
Yeah.
Like
we'll get there.
Blocked it out.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, we'll get there. They fired him, and there was a lot of debate over that. Like it's his personal life. What's he doing? There was a case being made that his whole brand was I'm the my wife guy. That's his brand, which is now tarnished because they weren't he didn't just have a one night stand. This was like a 7-month affair.
Yeah,
they were sleeping together, traveling together, and Ned's actual wife, her name's Ariel. She's at home with the kids, taking care of them, and she had no clue. Like I said, she found out. She loved him. She trusted him, and the way she describes it, she just found out, and it shattered her world. You know, she had no clue. And so they fired him, and they just recently, Ned and his wife Ariel he started a podcast called Rock Bottom. He had her on as a guest for the first episode just to kind of address what was going on.
Like 3 or 4 days ago.
Wow.
Now, originally, when this happened, they both said on social media that they're going to try to work it out. They're committed to each other. They obviously faced a lot of criticism because everyone's like, Ariel, you need to just leave them. Blah, blah, blah. Take the kids and run. And it looked like they were going to work it out. And they didn't say anything again for 3 years. They didn't post anything. They didn't do it. They laid low. So the whole time we're thinking they're working on their marriage and they're working it out. But in this episode of Rock Bottom that just came out, they said, no, we're actually apart, like permanently. Yeah. So they're not together. They tried, but they ended up, I guess she at some point decided this isn't going to work. I can't. So then they didn't post that they were actually divorced or in the process of getting divorced. I don't know. But we thought the whole time that she was just letting him off the hook.
Right.
And so she was getting a lot of criticism for letting him make it. And actually the whole time she was struggling. So yeah, I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on the story I just told you? Because I want to go over we watched it, the episode. I actually watched it twice because there was a lot that I just forgot about.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have any reactions or thoughts to it I just told you? How do you feel about the situation as a whole? Any stray thoughts?
No, coming from someone who's been emotionally cheated on for 4 months, and then I forgave him, and then healing season of like another 4 months, everything was good. We decided to take a break. A week later, he cheats on me again.
No.
Find out, and I'm like, oh, it sucks.
That's a whole can of worms right there.
No, ready? I weep. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is horrible.
No.
The day before camp, and then he does it again the next day. and then I
So 3
forgave him.
times.
Yeah.
So now, can you explain to me? Because
Oh
I'm
my God.
I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble.
Trauma bonded.
That's why we have you on. Because we need some insight into the girl's mindset of
Yes.
being
That is
cheated on.
crazy.
Yeah.
As an ignorant guy, I don't understand emotional cheating. Can you help me explain
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah.
Why does it hurt so bad? Because it's not physically cheating, which
Right.
as a guy, I would think that would be the part that like
Right.
Yeah.
sucks. But what does emotional cheating look like?
No, emotional cheating. He spent the first time $1,500 on women online, and mind you, this wasn't like free things he got. He paid to have conversations, pictures,
Whoa.
videos.
Is it
Yeah,
just conversations?
yeah,
Ew.
isn't that crazy? And so, mind you,
I
he
get
had
that for free.
me, which is kind of crazy. Like
Mm.
that's wild. And so,
So it's almost like a whole double life type thing.
yes,
Yeah.
And
100%. I was so blindsided.
you knew about all of that, or
had-
you had to be told?
I had no idea. He actually told me, he promised up and down it was only 2 months. And then I was like, you know what, we can work it out. He's like, actually, because I said, hey, do you promise on the Holy Spirit? And he's like, yeah. And he was like, and so I believed him. I was like, okay, God, like
Wow.
you're a girl dad. Like you won't let me hurt. No, it was 4 months.
Mm.
I forgave him. And then he spent another like 500 later on down the road. And he swears up and down. He's like
All at once?
changed. Yeah. He does 7-day fast, loves the Lord, preaches on
Dude.
TikTok. So I'm like, I'm happy for him. And the worst thing is I still love that man. It's horrible.
Whoa.
But then again, I know deep down I can never be with him. Like
Yeah.
straight up
That's
liar.
hard.
I say it's not easy to get past something like that for sure.
It's just
you
you always see the potential in someone, and I think that that's what you hold on to.
Yeah.
So no matter, and I'm such a like forgiving person, so I'm like, oh well, I'll just try to emotionally understand you and like psychoanalyze you, and it's okay, and it's your dad. Like you didn't grow up with a father. Like I understand,
Yeah.
Sure.
and I just get a little too understanding that I like let them do it again and again. Yeah.
Wow.
$1,500.
So I get-
Jesus.
And then it was 2000.
See
yeah.
where a man's heart is, where he puts his money. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oof.
I remember I was like, man, you haven't
What
bought
can he
me flowers in a while. And
That's
he used
it.
to do it consistently, and now I realize
He has no
money.
he has no money for flowers now.
it's all gone.
Okay, here's the thing about
Yeah.
the flower stuff. Okay, you can't buy it that often because then they expect it that much, so you got to like space it out.
Yeah, that's fine to space it out.
Yeah. But Maddie will do the same thing. You haven't bought me flowers in a while.
Does it have to be different every time, like a different rotation?
No, she likes lilies.
Okay, so just lilies.
You go to Sam's and they have lilies. They're not quite blooming yet, but after a couple days they boom, and
that's cool.
It's time to go. Yeah.
That's cool.
You have to do it every so often. But if you're prepared to do it every week, fine. But if you start off that strong, they're gonna notice when it's every other
So
week.
if the
or every
guys
month.
at Sam's know you by name, you're doing it too much.
I will say, there's no flower guy at Sam's. They're just all on a display case for
Oh,
you
I
to watch.
see. I'm thinking about Home Depot then.
You know, there's a Spectrum guy though
Okay.
who will call out at you if you keep walking past his booth. And he's like, "Hello, hey, how's your internet
So
going?"
if the Spectrum guy knows your name too much, you're buying too many flowers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Well, that is such a sad story. I had no idea that was. Oh, that's awful.
It's okay.
Well, okay. So
Live and you learn.
what's the emotional aspect of it? Because that sounds like just regular form of infidelity, I guess.
yeah, it's not that bad as like cheating physically. I would be heartbroken if it was that, but emotionally, keep going back to women over and over again for months. Kind of have multiple relationships with people instead of prioritizing your own.
Yeah,
so
for
just
sure.
a little isolating.
And as emotional cheating can also be, is that also like you're just not spending enough time, or you're spending too much time with like another woman? Would that be what it is?
Yeah, well, it's all sexual stuff too.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
it's a little bit deeper than just, hey, how are you?
Gotcha.
Which also is another side of like making you feel devalued. I can't imagine how she feels. Is like
Oh,
that
sure, yeah.
comparison is a killer a little bit.
Yeah, if we're going back to the Fulmers here,
That's
but
actually cool. She brought that up for late. That's interesting.
the emotional part.
Well, yeah, just what you just said. Yeah.
Well, okay, so I still don't quite understand, I guess, emotional cheating. So, I guess paying someone else to have conversations or pictures, stuff like that, like maybe. But like, I don't know. I'm trying to get a grasp on it because to me, emotional cheating could easily be misconstrued with just checking up on a friend, possibly. Is that okay with you if I checked up on a friend and it's like, I don't know, where's the line on like, hey, I heard you're going through this, are you okay?
Yeah.
or like now it's emotional cheating? You know,
I think it's
Where's the line?
fine.
Where's
No,
the
I
line?
think
I'm
it's
trying to
fine to
understand.
check up on a friend. I think that if you lie to me, Matt, he used to do the same thing, like out of respect for her and friendship, took her out to coffee. But when I saw the text on his phone, I was like, hey, who texted you? Hope you have a great day. And he's like, I swear, Court, I don't know her. I was like, okay. So
Called
this
you
random Court.
Court. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I was like, this guy's a nerd.
Cool.
Court, please. Court, come back. I'm begging you.
It's just so sad because I found out and he's like, Court, I don't know her. I promise. And I was like, okay. He's like, okay. She was an ex from a while ago. I was like, okay. He's
So he
like, but I
does
didn't
know
do
her.
anything. I didn't do anything.
But why'd you laugh?
And then he would tell me, oh, actually, I took her out to coffee. Oh, wait. And then I look at his call log.
Yeah.
2 hours and 24-minute call. He's like,
Ew.
amends. I was like, okay, fine, amends.
Now I'm getting it.
Yeah, it's like it adds up. I text her only every 2 to 3 days. It's nothing friendly, flirty. I'm like, but
Friendly, flirty. Hold
it
on now.
definitely is.
Yeah.
There's a fine line, and I think if you made someone aware of it and like didn't lie, I'd be fine with it.
Sure.
But there's a difference between like constant communication and also like if you're that person's like emotional attachment of like
Yeah.
friendship and the label of that, then that's not okay.
Because almost you don't have unlimited emotions to spend. So if like you're giving it to someone else
It's
more than your
divided.
partner,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Wow.
Dang.
it's a fine line.
That's deeper than I
This is
thought.
educational.
Yeah, I just learned.
Thank
I've
you
been
for being so
emotionally-
open, by the way. That's
Yeah.
I've been
That's
emotionally
a lot.
cheating for months. I didn't know this was all that. I thought I was just saying, how are you doing? No, let me tell you, this past trip to Corsicana, I was helping Maddie's mom with a showcase. She sells jewelry to do ministry work overseas. And I tell you, so Maddie was like, here, let me see your phone real quick. And she was doing something unrelated. And I got a stupid spam text that said, hey, how are you today?
Was this spam text?
It was, yeah. And then it came with a notification that said this could be a phishing tactic.
Oh,
so
good.
so while she's looking, she just goes,
Aww,
and I was like,
promise.
Unfortunate.
what? And then she turns it around. I was like, oh, thank God. See, it says phishing. It says possible scam. And she's like, we'll see about that. And then she starts texting the scammer.
It's like,
Are
oh.
you real?
And then the scammer,
Please
of
say
course.
stop to opt out.
Yeah, and then the scammer, of course, asked, okay, can we switch over to what's the one? What's
WhatsApp?
that? WhatsApp. Thank you. Can we switch to WhatsApp? And I was like, okay, cool. It's a scam. I was like, I told you.
Yeah.
But I get those. Like
I do get those too.
I get like 2 or 3 a month. And thank God that time.
Sometimes it's literally just like a random, like it almost looks like a normal number, and it's like, "Hey, who are you?" And then it will say like, "Oh, wrong person, but who are you?" And then try to start a conversation.
yeah.
Yeah.
And people fall for it. People do like I don't get it. I can see a scam a mile away, but
Right.
the only like time I got hacked was because like a Facebook ad popped up and it looked like it was asking me to re-sign in. It looked legit.
Yeah.
It was like, please re-sign in. I was like, okay. So I re-signed in, and then it hacked me and started sending people. So I was like, well, I learned that lesson the hard way. That's the only time I've fallen for a scam. Everything else, it's always been like, that's obviously fake. Because Maddie will get the ones that say, hey, this is your toll tag, and you owe $50. We're about to press charges on you. And she'll screenshot that and send it to me, and like, this is a scam, right? I'm like, oh, it's absolutely a scam.
Have you ever? So when you were dating, did you ever get like scam people on the dating apps, but like they didn't reveal that they were scammers until like 3 days later?
No.
I've gotten that a couple times
That
where
sucks.
like they will lead you on in a
What
conversation.
dating app?
I used a few
For
It-
notes.
I don't use any one. I don't really use them anymore. But like the one I was really into it was like a couple people who were like, oh yeah, Christian ones actually, and they were like,
Wow.
yeah, like, you know, going back and forth conversations, not like super intimate or anything, just like, who are you? What do you like to do? And then like 2 days later after messaging, it's just like they immediately want to hook up for some reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, not interested, but like we can
horrible.
still keep talking. And then they're just ghost. I'm just like,
Well, Jacob, they're not in it. We're just talking.
I like to think
Yeah,
that
was
it's a
scam, bro.
salvageable situation and maybe they were in a bad place.
She's straight up like, hey, I want a one night stand. You're like, well, maybe if we get coffee, you won't want
That's
that
literally what I
anymore.
said. It's literally no, so I literally said in one of them, it was like one of those like, hey, what are you doing right now
Let's see, let's-
conversations.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, I'm on my way back from work, you know. It's,
My gosh.
and she said, you know, something that was very vulgar. I was like, hey, just so you know, like, I'm not really into that.
Yeah.
But we can still talk and get to know each other. She's like, I'm really sorry. I was like, no, you don't have to be sorry. I'm not going to shame you. But we could still, you know, like, get to know each other. I'm just not personally, like super like into that stuff, right off the bat. And then she just ghosted, and I was like, cool.
Tough.
Now, if she bought me a brown shaken espresso first,
I will say,
Hey, maybe you would change our mind.
I might not wear a belt to
I
the
will
date.
say, she's
you know
like,
what I'm
I had
saying?
2 matchas with me.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
If I get one of these alcoholic, what are these again?
A line.
Yeah, give me 2 of those.
So a little thing about me,
I might wear shorts to this date.
My lowest on my love languages, the lowest for me is physical touch.
Really?
So anything like that is not appealing to me at all.
Oh.
Like at
Been
all. So
grabbing your knee this whole time.
why do you think I haven't been kicking?
Nice.
No, for me it's words of affirmation and quality time. So like
Aw.
obviously that's not going to compute with
I hate words of
that stuff.
affirmation.
You hate
Really?
words of
I
hate 'em.
affirmation?
I love getting into love languages.
Ugh,
What's
my
yours?
wife tries
then?
to compliment me all the time, and I hate it.
She just fails.
I'm just like, babe, stop.
Are you a quality time?
Quality time's number
Yeah.
1. I'm debating on whether or not physical.
Your physical touch probably.
You would think so.
I would think so.
It's up there. Maybe it's like number 3.
Mm-hmm.
So quality time's number 1. What's number 2? What are all 5 of them?
So it's acts of service, physical touch, gifts.
Oh, I think gifts would be number 2.
Yeah.
Maddie's really good at gifts.
Giving gifts or getting gifts?
Yes.
Okay. I love giving gifts more than getting them.
He
Typically,
took every Christmas message to heart.
well, it's like no, generally like cards are great because they usually have words of affirmation on there. But like if I get like something that I'm like, why'd you get me this?
Yeah. So acts of service would probably be number 3. Gifts number 2. Words of affirmation at the very bottom. What's the last one?
Physical touch and quality time.
Physical touch probably be number 4.
That's lower than I would
Yeah,
think.
but
You should
higher
take the
than
test.
yours. Yeah.
Yeah, no, mine's rock bottom.
I have a long time ago.
I hate like
Well, see, here's the thing about those tests. I took those before I actually started dating.
You gotta
So-
retake it.
Right. So,
Sure.
I,
Yeah.
I don't know where I'd be at now,
all right, what is Maddie's? Do you know hers?
words of affirmations are number 1 for sure.
Ah,
Now, the
makes
other
sense.
4, I don't know what order
So
they
that's
go.
that would explain why she tries to give that. I think output that maybe
Yeah.
because it affects her.
I'll take it in written form. So when she writes me stuff, I like it, but I hate hearing good stuff about
Card. That's why I do like cards. They do make me smile.
it. Yeah, cards are cool.
Mm-hmm.
But like one time when Hamilton was super famous, my friend Sydney brought me Hamilton socks, and I was like, I love these. So I was like, I think gift giving's higher up than you would think on my
Okay.
list. But anyway, what was yours again? Words of affirmation.
Yeah, I like words of affirmation. Oh, gonna kill everyone's vibe, but physical touch. I know.
Wait
and
a minute,
then
hold on a second. We got a button for that.
and then
Everyone gasped.
do a
I was
couple
like,
more
Stop,
of that."
guys. We have a button for this.
We're overgassed.
words of affirmation. Yeah, physical touch, and then probably gifts, acts of service, quality time.
Quality time's your lowest.
Yeah, or
Really?
maybe my 4th, and then acts of
You just need
service.
someone super fun, and then quality time will go up.
So if
Like
someone
skyrocket
jumps in
for
front
you.
of a bus for you, you're just like,
Ah,
just
thanks.
doesn't-
Actually, you want to hear a really good quote I heard?
please.
There's some words of affirmation.
A good man is an average woman. Think on that.
I don't.
Everyone who's
Wait. You didn't think about it first before you started talking.
I'm trying.
Think harder.
Okay.
You're right. I'm thinking too much like a man.
a good man
Is an average woman.
average woman. Average woman, independent, smart, funny, talented. They have their own hobbies. You know, like we praise men for the bare minimum when that's just like a woman. A woman does that.
Are you?
Think
Okay.
of it.
Are you
Which
coming out
women
right
have
now?
I said, which women
We
have you
praise
dated?
men for basically being what women are. We already have it.
Therefore, my message is clear: women only.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
think
have to be
we just scored
lonely.
low on the totem pole there.
So you don't have to be lonely.
We are the problem with the
We-
male gender, dude. We are the prime example.
No.
Everything wrong. Okay, that's an interesting.
get
I've
it?
I get it. I've never heard
See.
that before. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I wonder if would you say like majority of women probably would agree with that?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so.
It's a possibility.
Huh. Okay. I never thought of it that way before. Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, Maddie likes, words of affirmation. Women are good at that. Acts of service. Women are also really good
She
at
likes
that.
when you're funny.
Absolutely.
When
That's-
you're
That's literally the only thing I got going.
so
for
she
me.
loves it when you're being average.
an average basic woman.
Average basic woman. What was that one you just say? Independent. When are you are you independent ever?
No.
So what is like a good? Okay, on that same spectrum, I guess this is missing the point. But it's like
Ned
what
Fulmer,
is a?
gosh dang it, we gotta get back to this podcast.
I'm
Oh,
invested.
yeah.
No,
though.
go ahead.
I mean, like,
It's okay.
I guess what would the opposite? What would be a good woman then? A good woman would be an average man. Is that what?
Ariel Fulmer.
Mm.
Now Wow.
You see,
I
I
circled it back
I will
around.
say, I do really like it when women stand up for themselves like she did.
Maddie?
No, Errol.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's a good
Yeah,
segue
for
back
sure.
into
Yes,
it.
back to it.
Mm-hmm.
So on this podcast, how would you have felt, Courtney, had Ariel given the marriage another try? Would you be like, good for you? Or would you be like, no, that cheater needs
Face
to get kicked
value,
out of here?
face
You know what's funny? You asked me a long time ago, and I'm like, leave. But since I've kind of been somewhat in a situation like hers, I understand why they go back. And so I get her position. I don't think she should be crucified for it, but I also think she deserves better.
Wow.
For sure. Well, everyone deserves better to be cheated on. The question is, will she give him another chance? We know the answer. But will the said person who cheated give them another chance to be the better man, to treat the woman better, stuff like that? That's up to her. And then if she says yes, which a lot of times they do, but I've been told it's 50-50, but I actually think it's more than that.
Yeah.
But then it's up to him to step up and be a better man, you know, because he's now he's in the doghouse. You know, it's up to him to prove he's going to be better than what he's been doing. So, bombshell on that podcast, they said we're actually not together. We were all under the impression, not that it was any of our business, but we wanted to know, and that's why they did that first episode. Because the podcast from here on out isn't going to be with her. It's going to be just him interviewing other people.
I mean, he also kind of shot himself in the foot by like you said before, making that his identity was his wife. So it's like when you throw your relationship so far in the public, it's like it does belong to the public in a weird way, even though it doesn't. But like you're the one who threw it.
If you
out
want to
there.
move forward in another capacity that involves social media or YouTubing, you have to address that because that was your brand.
Exactly.
And like that's like you said, he made it his whole thing. Well, now that's not his thing anymore. So he needs to address it.
And that was, I think, I mean, like, I don't know what she really did. I know she was a part of the shows on some.
She had her own show.
I don't know if
was
she
on
did the
his
same
show.
thing where she would talk about her husband a lot, but like,
No.
from the sound of it, I don't think she did. So it
was
was
more
really
like
just
a-
a him thing.
Yeah, it was more
So
like a trad
he
wife
brought
thing.
so much of this on their family.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just
And,
like everything.
And anytime someone like that cheats, like you brought the whole thing on the family.
Right.
You know, like it's a. So yeah. So that was one thing. We're not together. She also said, "Do I forgive him?" was the question, and she said, "No, I don't."
On the podcast
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
with
She
him
said,
right
"How
there.
how
I
could I
think
forgive him?"
forgiveness is
Yeah.
really tough. I just think it's a process.
It is.
Sure.
It's a
And
long process.
It was 3 years. Like they've been going to therapy, but she was really nice. She said, "But no, I don't forgive him. How can I forgive him?"
She
He cheated.
acknowledges
He
that
yeah,
father of my children.
Yeah.
And like we had something, but like she was still, she even says, still so hurt and so angry and just never going to get over that, past that, where it's like, because she brought up a really good point. I don't think about this, and most men probably don't think about this enough, is that when he cheated, he brought all the shame and guilt and put it on her.
Yeah.
Because she's thinking, well, why am I not good enough, basically? And
Yeah.
put all the guilt and shame on her. And she's like, I don't think he realized that. I'm like, yeah, a lot of men probably don't realize that
Yeah.
when they do cheat. I mean, like, I know both sides do cheat, but like specifically with men, I feel like that's really hard to process.
But yeah. I feel like if you're cheating, you're not thinking about consequences.
Sure.
Like your biggest thing is, am I going to get caught?
Yeah.
You know. And he said like there was a small part of him that wanted to get caught and just get it out in the open. I don't know if that's every guy, but I imagine that's a lot of people. It's like there's a small part of them that feels bad and wants to be to not hide anymore.
The thing is, though, if they were to never get caught, like, you don't know if they would have told you.
Right.
Exactly.
It's the horrible
Yeah.
thing.
And it's like, that's the thing. Like he had every chance to, and he never did. So like,
Yeah. It was an over 6 months
there are some
affair.
things you just can't recover from. It's like that is a stay in your character.
Yeah.
And I also, I realized someone in the comments pointing this out. Whenever he talked about it on the podcast, he always said it was a mistake, or he always would say the scandal. He never said my
It's
affair.
a pattern. Yeah.
He always would say, "Oh, when we experienced the scandal together." He never would say affair. She would, but he wouldn't.
Yeah. I saw that comment too.
He kept on using the word mistake. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, oh, I've made mistakes. To me, that kind of went the wrong way because I was like, I don't think that's a mistake.
Choose
like
it.
that was so intentional.
Yeah.
You know, like how can you
Over
consider
like
that just a
7
mistake?
months. You know, that's
Yeah,
a long,
exactly.
That's a big,
it's a lot of
long,
mistakes.
drawn out mistake.
A mistake is, oh, I accidentally
Yeah.
fell into this or something. You know, it's like, no,
I accidentally fell on top. Whoopsie doopsie.
what happened there? Yeah.
Daisy.
But no, it's just like that didn't sit well. And luckily she called him out every time like he tried to do that, or she would just like stand up for herself. And I really loved that. And yeah, it's hard to watch her because like she's growing so independent, but also like you can still see the hurt on her face.
Yeah.
With him, he's a weird guy. I think he's a really weird guy. Just like kind of like the people said he had like very like only one personality, and that was married man. And now that it's gone, he's just like blank slate.
Trying to find his next footing, or
it was really weird
because he's trying to be back in the public, so he's got to find his next thing.
he's almost using in the same, I'm pretty sure everyone's talking about this, but it's in the same capacity. He's using this as a way to get a platform again. It's literally called rock bottom.
Right. However, she did clarify, not in the episode, but on outside stuff, that it was her idea to address it and to come on the show. Because if, like I said, and I agree, if he wants to move forward, they have to address it, because he can't just hop back on and never talk about it. I mean, he can.
Yeah, but the show wasn't her idea. It was just that episode, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's still a big step.
Sure.
I mean, to be like, here, how about I just hop on with you and address it, and we'll answer everybody's questions. And I agree, like to move forward, they had to finally kind of come out and address it.
Sure.
Because he wants to be back in public, and this hanging over his head, him never talk about it, is just not going to work. So they addressed it. I don't think there's a need for them to do anything like that again. I think they've answered the question.
Right.
I think most of the internet agrees with her leaving. I think everyone's like, good for you, girl.
Right.
People were harder on her when they thought they were still together.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. It was sad because the way she described it, she said, I loved you. I blindly trusted you. This is what you were getting at before I was ready to talk about it. When fans sent her the picture, she loved him so much and trusted him so much and was so blindsided that she wouldn't acknowledge that he was kissing someone else.
Yeah.
She looked at it and was like, why is your sister in town? What are you doing with your sister in New York? And then she's like, this was dumb of me, but it's just how much she didn't want to believe it, to where she just looked at literal proof and was just like, what the, wow, is that your sister? Like, obviously not. Some Asian woman,
right?
And then she's just like, it was so dumb of me, but that's just how much I loved you. And she said something that really got me thinking. And she was like, we had so much life to live together. We had so much we were gonna do that it's not gonna happen anymore. And like seeing his reaction to that, I was trying to put myself in his position. I would have started crying on the show. I was tearing up in my mind, hearing her say it to a guy I've never met, will never meet, and never respect. But I pictured myself in that position, was just like, oh my God, that could easily be me or any other guy that everyone who cheats thinks, so I never thought I'd be this person, but I'm sure he had the same thoughts.
That's my question, is that is someone who would cheat, is everyone susceptible to that? Or is it a character thing? Because I think it's everyone susceptible to it. So
absolutely.
It's like,
everyone has the option to.
Yeah. So like you're married. Like what precautions are there? Like what's a healthy way of avoiding that? You know? So for me, I have ideas, but I'm not married. So
sure. It's tricky too, because my best friend's a woman and we text a lot. We talk on the phone while I'm at work and she's at work because we are both bored.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend doing this with other people. But I knew her for 5 years before I got married, and she's married and it's been married for like 5 years as well. So I wouldn't recommend being alone with them if you can help it. If you're at a church thing and you're both setting up for something and everybody leaves and it's just y'all two setting something up, can't control that. But like you shouldn't be texting them after a certain time. Any situation where it feels like you can crack the door to something happening, where it, like they call it harmless flirting. I guess I've been guilty of harmless flirting. Yeah. But like if you're flirting, you're cracking the door open to something happening. Because like if she responds back to the flirting, that the door just keeps cracking wider and wider, and you start to like it. You start to maybe keep playing into it, and then there's a part of you in the back in your head that's like, well, if I threw something out there, how would she respond to it? And then some people, I would say once the door's cracked, you're already kind of starting to walk through the door, whether you plan to or not. But like you'll throw out something, and then if she responds back to it, you start thinking, man, so if I wanted to, she'd probably say yes. You start thinking about that, So it's just a slippery slope. So if you don't get on the slope at all, is my point. You're pretty well off. But it's the throwing. It's like throwing out the hook and seeing if she bites. Once you start thinking about that, and then once you start taking the step to feed into it, just to see like, oh, could I, or maybe I'm just overthinking it. You start thinking like that, and I mean, by that point, I'd almost say it's too late. That's when the emotional affair part starts, like she was talking about. and you've already kind of I think you've already messed up, and you're already heading down a bad road. And that's probably what started with Ned Fulmer.
Starts with secrets, yeah.
Exactly. Like it probably started off as harmless flirting, and he was like, let's just see where it goes.
As soon as you have
Real
that
quick
thought,
though.
it's like, yeah.
Sorry, we got to restart the camera.
Yeah.
One more time, Courtney. We got to clap again. I think this is the last one of the day. 3, 2, 1. All right. What are you saying, chaps? After that wonderful word from our sponsor.
As soon as you have the thought of, I probably shouldn't tell my spouse this or my partner this, or I just, they're not going to like it. They're going to hate me or whatever. They're going to blow it out of proportion. It's like as soon as that, sneaks in, it's like snowball effect.
Oh, I have those thoughts all the time.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes, and, I'm insecure in different ways. I don't ever think she's cheating.
Sure.
But she has those thoughts sometimes. So then it's like, I know whatever she's worried about wasn't a big deal. But, like, okay, for instance, that time that spam fish text got sent to me, I would say she made it a big deal for no reason because it warned me this is probably a phishing scam.
Right.
But she was already grilling me with questions and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, so I understand maybe I just shouldn't say anything because I really don't want to start this conversation. Because I wasn't doing anything, but, and you just know it opens a can of worms. You just don't feel like explaining because there's nothing to explain. So I understand those thoughts and I get those thoughts sometimes. Now, right or wrong, I mean, that's up to everybody's
I was more
opinion.
talking about when you're doing something is like.
But even then, because in your mind, you're thinking, well, I'm just harmless flirting. This is nothing. So, I could take that experience with the text and then I can add it on to like, oh, well, now I'm harmlessly flirting. Well, I probably still just shouldn't say anything because how she acts over a fake text. Yeah. Why bring up something that maybe in my mind I think is harmless? You know what I'm saying? It's just a slippery slope. There's no clear line all the time. So that's, I see what you're saying, but I don't necessarily quite always agree with it. But yeah, I mean, some situations, yes, you're correct, but not all the time. Sometimes you're like, man, you just know it's going to be a fight for no reason. But I don't know. There's no line. You can't really even say I know myself because everybody says that. I know myself. I'd never do that. But then here they are. Here's Ned Fulmer, or I can't say names, but people I know that are just like, well, I never thought I would do that, and they did it.
Right.
And it started off with harmless flirting, and then the thoughts, and then you start feeding into them in your brain. Then you start throwing out cues and flirts, and then they respond back. And you're like, oh crap, I didn't think she'd say yes. Right. And then it just goes downhill from there. So I don't know. Now you had a problem with the wording mistake. Yeah. But what did you think about that, Courtney? When he was like, is it a mistake? But it was a 7-month-long affair. What do you think?
I think that there's a difference between mistake of like one time or tiptoeing twice, but multiple times, like that's a conscious decision. And plus, like that guilt eats you alive of like, hey, every day I hang out with my wife and I don't tell her and I'm getting fine with this. One quote I always live by, it's kind of like a shower quote, but it's like, when the cold, like a hot water gets cold all of a sudden, it's like when it turns cold, it's because someone else is using it. And that means like he gave his time and attention and affection to someone else. And I'm on the side of like, I'd rather have someone completely over communicate it, even if it's the dumbest little thing, just to rest my heart, versus potentially even blowing up to be like a bigger fight. But I get it though. There is that like insecurity in men of like, well, it's not a big deal. And it's like, because even if like Maddie, your wife, if she had something happen like this in her past, anything could trigger her. Right. Or a spam text drives her insane. And I think that like women, the ones who are insecure is because men have made her insecure. For sure. She wasn't always like this. And so she used to be trusting and loving and kind and caring in that way. But because someone broke her walls and shattered her heart, like, she has to have guarded. So even as simple as like a stupid text that isn't anything could trigger her over the edge. And so I get it. I get both sides. So
yeah, and it's tricky too because yes, she did have that happen to her, and I think more than once, but I might just be messing up her stories. But not to throw her business out there, but I try to be understanding too. But like some days I am more understanding than other days. So it's like other times it's like, babe, come on, like me. Yeah. I don't ever say you can't go through my phone. Like if that's what you want to do, go ahead. But it just some days I'm patient, and then other days I'm like, babe, come on, like seriously. But you're right. it's because other people did it to her and it's hard to get over. And I've never been cheated on like that. I had one time where they cut it close, where it was like, you're already in love the day after we broke up. That sucks. But, I don't count that as cheating, but I'm like, close enough, dude. Like, you told me you wanted to marry me one day, and then the next day you're doing that to someone else.
Now, not that you're like
Sucks.
this, but that kind of brings up a good point. It's like when you're married to someone, it's like you see them every day, all day typically, which means there's a lot more
Not me.
room.
Once a week.
You. Yeah.
I see her once a week.
She has her own house.
Yeah.
Actually, you have 2 houses right now.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So no, it's like I think complacency is a big problem too, because it's like you get so used to just being you guys. It's like even the little things that you would have caught maybe in your younger years or when you were dating, like doesn't seem like that big of a deal anymore because like, oh, we're married, like that's over. That the hard part's over. We don't have to question that, and that leads to like all those like little things, like you kind of just let slip by the radar, probably.
Yeah.
Not you, but people probably.
Why are you attacking me like that, bro?
I want to be clear.
Yeah.
I want to be clear.
No. Yeah, and you're right. Complacency does come in. So when we did premarital counseling after we got married because we just never fitted in, and we didn't get married quick, but we just kind of put off premarital counseling till after. And then once we had it, she had mentioned a few times that, you don't buy me flowers anymore, you don't do this or that for me anymore. And in my mind, I was like, well, we're married now, we see each other every day, and it's like, how much is too much, how much is too little? And I was like, as we get older, we both get more complacent. That's what I was telling her. As we get more complacent, that it's just going to be like that sometimes. That's what I was telling her. And then when we went on to marriage counseling, he said, that's true, but he got on to me and was like, it's a choice. Just like it's a choice to love the other person every day, you also have to choose to keep pursuing her after you're married.
Keep dating her.
Exactly, is what he said. Now, of course, like you said, every day we see each other, we go to sleep together, we wake up together. Is it going to be an every day I'm lighting candles, wearing a tux, and serenading her with my mad karaoke skills?
Right.
No. But it is up to me to do nice gestures for her, to keep buying flowers for her. On our anniversary, I have to plan something. Yeah. Because on her, she plans most of our stuff, but she's made it clear on her birthday, on her anniversary, on, I think one more, Valentine's Day. Any of the romantic stuff, she wants me to do the planning. That's out of my comfort zone because I'm lazy. I hate planning. I don't plan. She just now got me on Google Calendars. I don't normally do that. Okay, please.
I'm proud.
I don't like words of affirmation.
Good.
Stop it.
Just kidding. It's
you're such a good man.
Yeah.
Oh, the worst.
Anyway, take a break.
Yeah. Pause. But he told me like it is up to me to also choose to keep pursuing her and to keep loving her, even though yes, it can get monotonous. Like it is a choice to keep loving her and pursuing her, and like you said, dating her. So that got me thinking. So was I wrong? No, but it wasn't necessarily the best way of thinking until he explained it to me. Yeah. You're right, but that doesn't always necessarily lead to a happy marriage. So I was like, okay.
Plus, you get familiar too. So the thought of someone new and exciting, if you're fighting with them almost every day, and someone out there is like, I love how you dress, I love how you speak. It's like that affirmation is instantly gratifying.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Let me see. How long was Ariel and Ned married?
I think it was 10 plus years.
It was a long time, I thought.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, 10 years. Then he had his extramarital affair. So, I mean...
And who knows how long that was going on.
Oh, wait, I have a question. Did the one that he cheated on with, are they still together?
No.
Really?
He's the one that exposed it to the company, the fiance of her.
I think, did she get fired?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she got fired.
She got fired. He got fired because they hurt the brand,
right.
the Try Guys brand. And then they, of course, fired her. And yes, so the fiance he's the one that called the company and was like, y'all better fix this. And he was,
right.
I don't know if he ever got violent, but he was very big on trying to expose it. He was a big part of it,
right?
Which good for him. Yeah. I think I don't have any sympathy for either one of them, honestly, Ned or her. So I was like, cool. I'm glad that they got exposed and whatnot and dealt with the consequences. But You know, that's most people's opinion. So
Sure.
no, not together. I don't know what she's up to. I was half expecting Ned to get her as a guest on one of the podcast episodes.
Oh, that would be so weird.
so spicy. I'd watch.
I didn't expect him to have his wife or his ex-wife on there, so maybe he will.
You know
Who
what?
knows?
He gave up something really good because the fact that she forgave him enough to one co-parent with him, that's the number one priority.
Sure.
And two, to like, hey, I want you to succeed. She said this on the show. I want you to succeed in what you have going for you in the future. That involved me hopping on here and kind of helping you address it. And going, and so like he gave up something good because whoever he gets with next, because he'll remarry if he wants to, or he'll find somebody else. But will she be as gracious when he goes overnight with his business people?
Right.
Probably not.
I just hope that he
so.
put in as much work as she did.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, like again, I think she had more work to put in, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was so impressed with her and just like her independence and like
Yeah.
not identified by him anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know if she ever was, but like definitely not now. So
I'd
Okay.
say at least online she was. I don't know about her personal
Sure.
life, but online, yeah, she was riding on his name.
because she said in the interview, she was basically like, "Oh, I couldn't after the affair came out, like I couldn't meet new friends without having to preference everything by, hey, by the
Yeah.
way, you're gonna hear all this stuff about
The
me."
word is preface.
I said preface.
Yeah.
Some people say preface, preface.
They said preference at first. I
no,
was
not
like, sir,
preference.
that's wrong.
Preface. Preface.
Okay, stop, please. Anyway,
Wait, I have a question then.
Yes.
Okay, hot topic, but if you know one of your friends is cheating on their spouse, do you tell them or is it something that you keep to yourself?
Do you tell the spouse being cheated on, or you just tell the person that you know they're cheating on someone?
Like, let's say you knew one of your guy friends cheating on their wife. Are you gonna tell them, hey, you should stop, or is it like, hey, I'm telling your wife
Oh, I would
in
tell.
a matter of 30 days?
I feel like I would definitely tell the
20
guy,
days.
but like I don't know if I would ever tell the wife, but I would definitely tell the guy.
Okay,
It's a
there's a
double-
controversy.
it's a
on
double
that.
standard.
I know.
I'm with Shaps on that. When it's your bro,
No, I get it. I
Even
get
if
it.
even if I don't approve, because I don't approve.
And
of shit.
in no way is it like a hey, you know, like
Yeah.
we're
Good job, buddy.
yeah. In no way is
Yeah.
it that, but it's like
But you really can't
Not my
snitch on your
place.
bro like that.
it's not. Yeah.
But yes, you would tell your bro that the wife's cheating.
Would you do the
double
same
standard.
for say like a girlfriend? Girlfriend.
I think that healthy accountability, iron sharpens iron, to be like, hey, you have to tell your man like you're doing this. And then if not, I think a certain amount of time I'd let pass by because like anything could happen. Like, hey, we're gonna have another kid, and it's like, oh, they don't
Is it
know
yours?
this.
I will
Yeah,
say
exactly.
it would be different, I think, if I was also friends with his wife.
Yeah, yeah,
That would be
I
really
know.
hard. Because like if
Yeah.
I ever went to a friend, I would probably say things like, "Hey, until you do this, I'm not going to go any friend gatherings anymore."
Yeah.
And she's going to notice there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Like that's probably what I would do.
Right.
But I would. It's not my place. I would.
I
never
know.
feel
Yeah,
right.
it's definitely
Yeah.
not the place.
But I
it's
would make
just
it like very well obvious that hey, something's up.
off. Yeah.
And just like, hey, we can't be friends anymore. You know, like until you do this, like I can't see you as that.
no, I get that.
But yeah, that's probably what I would do. I think instinctly, that's what I would do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Do you have a thought or instance that you were thinking about when you brought that up?
No, I just I saw TikTok and
No.
it was so sad that this like it was like this sweet old couple like just chilling having dinner. It's like a nice dinner place, and the guy's on this like I actually used to do this AI like chatbot thing. It was horrible. Yeah, he cheated on me with like
Our audience
even
knows
worse
how I
women.
feel
Yeah,
about AI.
and so and he's like texting all these like sexual girls and stuff like that. Like
But
it's
AI
different,
girls?
like different apps. Like he was scrolling, like one was like an AI, one was a regular thing. And so, and this girl was recording him across the restaurant. And so it's like that pressure of like, okay, do I tell his like stunning old wife, hey, this is happening to you? Or it's like, okay, I leave it in the rest of her life. She has no idea, you know? I don't know. Everyone has different opinions
I
on
feel
it.
like I could, as a stranger, I probably could do that.
Yeah, as a stranger. it
I've done that
would be
before, not into that capacity,
Really?
but like kind of not to that capacity where it's relational, but
Oh.
I remember there's been a couple times
Yeah.
where like,
Oh.
for instance, I was at a hotel one time and like, there was this lady who was trying to book a room and like the host there was like the reception guy was being like kind of rude to her. And then she left and he was being like straight up racist about her, like talking to his coworker, like right in front of me. And I actually went out to her car and I told her, I was like, hey, just so you know, like don't give these people your business. Cause like I heard this and that.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like I could probably do that as well, but like it's also very hard when it's like relational stuff.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
because you know you're about to break a marriage
but
up.
also I
Yeah,
hate the idea of
exactly.
thinking it's like really like is that what we're supposed to do? Is nothing and just watch it? Having this information. It's like I kind of feel like maybe like I heard that for a reason, but it's like at the same time I can't just assume I'm going to be the protagonist in every one of these situations. It's
I
like,
can.
Yeah,
No,
you
just
think so?
Okay,
Oh, I know
another
so.
question then.
Yeah.
If roles were reversed in this situation, do you think he would have stayed if she cheated with the 7-month affair and tried to work it out as much as she did?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's the thing, though, is I only know them for what they are. So I know him
Yeah,
as the cheater, and I know her as the faithful wife. Who
Okay,
did
well,
nothing,
imagine
was blindsided.
him as a businessman. Probably. I think he would try to keep it.
So if he was concerned about keeping up the my wife stuff,
He's clearly put that as a priority. So I think honestly, that sells, right?
sure.
Oh, what's his
Yeah.
relationship status right now with her? Oh, we're working things out. We're making it work. Even if he doesn't actually in real life have that much of a connection with her anymore, on the surface at least, it's he would probably throw it as like, oh, we're just working things out. We're making it work. Even it's like, no, it's probably a toxic relationship to be in. I don't think he would do the same thing she did. I don't think he would move on like she did. And that's just based off the few clips I've seen of him and just like how he is, how he acts, how he talks. Like, but again, that's judgment on my part.
That's a good question, but I don't know. I don't know. So you say
I think the brand to him matters more than anything, especially since like I don't know if I could ever get back in podcasting if something like that happened to me, right?
if I cheated on
But
you.
why would I'm gonna stay? Which I know you have. Don't tell me you
I
haven't.
started 5 other shows without you with Greg. You haven't
But
met him, but he's cool.
no, probably the pretzel guy too.
Yeah.
I have a beef with the pretzel guy out there. So
We don't have time for that this episode.
we don't have a problem.
Yeah,
But
go watch that one.
good stuff. But no, I think like he definitely shows like he needs that life. He needs the cameras. He needs to be out there. So I think he would put that as a priority to make that work. And again, that's all he had was his wife. So it's like people aren't going to him just because of his charming personality. So
I didn't. That's not why I watched Rock Bottom.
but again, I'm also being harsher because I know he cheated. So it's like if the roles are reversed, maybe I would feel more sympathy. But I don't know.
It's a double standard. I think a lot more people would be like, it's okay, girl.
Oh yeah,
reversed.
maybe. Who knows?
I don't know. People weren't nice to Will Smith's wife, so I don't know.
I think
Didn't they have an open marriage though?
She said that.
She said
He never
that.
quite said that.
I don't think he ever verbally confirmed that.
Yeah, but she did. But he didn't look happy about it when they were talking about it on her podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
Their interview. He didn't look thrilled.
I know I think Chris Rock talked about, he was like, yeah, it's just like she runs that marriage, so who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
For sure. So did you have any funny dating stories, Courtney? Anything going on in that department that's funny to talk about? You have anything funny? Like first dates, how a guy asked you out that was hilarious. Give me something.
Oh, okay. I don't have anything like funny.
I don't believe you.
I don't have anything funny. I've never
Hope
been.
it's not sad.
We'll make it funny.
Okay. I mean, like, I can start with
wait.
okay, go ahead.
No, wait. I do have one.
That's what I'm
So
talking about.
this was back. Oh, he's gonna kill me if he ever hears this. It's okay. Hey, Josh. It's a J name. It's okay. Hey, we're actually really good friends. We're actually really good friends.
Use the J names.
And I help him with his dating love life. So it's
Hey.
good. It's good. I love our friendship.
Okay.
However, it was like 3-4 years ago. We met on TikTok. Oh, this was the times. And he shot his shot in my like post or whatever, then my DMs, and then Instagram and phone number, whatever. And he lived in North Carolina. He still does.
And
You
you're
know
like, okay.
Elevation Church?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a videographer there. He's doing great.
Oh, sweet.
But we had this like 9-month situationship, like back and forth, like interested, all of a sudden hot and cold. Like this was crazy.
So
Then-
you were interested in him.
well, no, we were both interested in each other. It's
Oh,
just he
okay.
got a little scared off my family. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, anyways,
So who is the hot and the cold is my question, I guess.
I was anxious. He was avoidant.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah. Now roles are reversed. People make you different. I'm now a complete avoidant, 100%.
Okay.
Thanks to my new ex. But so
That'll do it.
yeah. But no, he was great. And then he flew down from North Carolina to see me for like 3 days, spend the weekend
Serious?
here. It was great. He took me out to dinner. It was
wow.
awesome. And this was horrible. So we just got to a point where it was like he wanted to stay in North Carolina. I wanted to stay in Dallas when I was living there. It was just kind of like, man, no one's willing to budge on life, which I get, you know?
Sure.
Like even that movie La La Land or whatever. Have you guys ever watched it? It's like
I've heard of
dreams and love. Like you can't really combine it sometimes. And so career gets in the way. And so I got done with my master's degree pursuing ministry. Wouldn't have landed this job if I chose to go up there.
True.
He was just starting his job over there. And I remember it was like a, hey, I don't think this is going to work situation.
He said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was so naive to think, like, I don't know what it is, but my mind heard, like, he said, hey, I don't know if this is going to work out. I heard, okay, we just need to, like, work on it. We just need to try.
Oh,
I'm a very try lover girl, like, hands down. And so I remember leaving the coffee shop because we went to get coffee that day. It was the last day he was there. And I remember he was just down, but, like, we were talking it out, and it was funny. He was driving my car, and I held his hand. He's like, oh, I still want to hold my hand. And I said, why wouldn't I? Like, yeah, of course. And I did not realize till later we were breaking up. Like, we were done.
Oh.
I was just oblivious. I was just a girl.
How
like,
old were you at that point?
Oh, I was probably, like, 21, 22.
Okay.
Young love.
Yeah, yeah.
21 again.
But at the same time, this was the first man that, like, really I cared about. You know, everyone was a situationship.
Probably
so
treated
it
you
was
nice.
yeah, it was so sweet. And so he treated me differently. And so but it was just a lot. And so I remember, like, laughing at it now because we had a whole, like, I was crying on my driveway. It was, like, so dramatic. He walks down my street. Like, this is, like, straight out of a movie. Like, we're just so depressed, so sad. And, like, trying to figure it out and stuff. And then he finally gets home. Yeah.
just those two, though. Just two clouds.
Yeah, like, under us.
Yeah.
But I remember after that, I was so heartbroken. Then I realized, like, oh, like, he's just the first good guy I really cared about. And it was a great life lesson. I think he's going to find such an incredible wife.
So you got standards out of that. You're
But
like, okay,
yeah, he
like,
raised my standards. I
cool.
just did not realize how embarrassing it was for me to be so heartbroken over a guy that's like, hey, you know, it just didn't, like, work out. Like, it was just work.
Your first.
Yeah.
Never do.
I know.
Sure.
I understand that.
Well,
You gotta have a funny first.
I have a funny
Yes,
first
go.
date. Okay,
Oh,
so I
please.
think I may have said this on the show before,
I
but
don't know.
I think it's been long enough. I don't think she watches anymore, thank God. So
Wait, she did watch?
Wait, do I know her?
no.
Ah.
She was
was this the one? Hold on, I'm sorry. Was this the one where she's like, "Hey, I just drove by your house"?
yeah.
That girl.
I think we're spoiling it. So
What?
okay, first of all,
Ignore everything I just
met
said.
on a dating app, and like she was cute. I was like, let's.
Okay,
And it was
go
like we're
cute.
talking. It's like okay, that's cool. And then she actually wanted to meet up. I was like, sweet. And my car was in the shop at the time, so I was like, hey, can you pick me up?
No.
You had her doing your chores.
Can you do my dishes too?
I wanted to say. I was taken that day. No, so
I was taking 3 that day.
So unfortunately, I had to give her my address. I was like, "Oh, dummy!" So I was like, "Hey, here." I was gonna walk there. I was like, "I don't want to be all sweaty, you know, when I get there." So I was like, "Hey, can you want to just pick me up?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll do that." And when I got into the car, I never thought. I actually do really care about like cleanliness and hygiene and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She had probably one of the dirtiest cars I've ever seen, and that is immediate.
My
turn
wife's
off.
car is filthy.
Immediate turn off.
Not
for me.
food though.
Honestly, it's like stuff like that. Like, do you take care of yourself? Do you manage yourself well? Like that stuff I notice.
Well, wait, you have kids though, so that's different for.
kids.
He doesn't have kids.
I thought you had kids.
I did not say that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
I have
here?
7 kids.
Do you have a
No.
secret life?
No, we got
You have
married.
children?
We got married last year, and no, we don't have kids.
What? I
He
thought you
calls me his
did.
kid sometimes. No.
Oh.
My
okay.
audience is my kids.
Aw.
Just kidding.
Well, it's different though if you have kids and it's a dirty car than like a random.
No.
No, this was
Wife just has
a
this was
car.
like she was like I was probably I don't know 22, 23 at the time. She was like 21,
Yeah.
but like filthy and it smelled bad.
Okay, yeah.
Gross.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be nice. She picked me
Aw.
up. I'm just gonna be like, you know, nice. And then she was like, "Hi, I'm sorry. I'm super nervous." I was like, "Oh, it's okay." And she was like, "I have really bad ADHD." And I was like, "Okay, that's good to know, I guess. Put that in the bank." And then she like kept on flipping the music because she didn't know what I was like.
Aww.
So she was like, "Oh, I don't know what you like. Let's land on this." And she was like, "Do you like Elmo?" I was like,
Shut up.
she played the entire Elmo song.
Elmo? Elmo, like the cartoon?
Yep.
Oh,
The
Jacob.
puppet.
Your
What?
standards
Bleep
are
that name out.
gone.
My standards. I didn't know what I was getting into. I was kidnapped
3.
3 times. But she put on the Elmo song and the whole thing. Like that's the one she landed on.
And she
tough,
said, "This
tough.
is good."
And I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm like, hey, if you were like a friend of mine, that'd be hilarious. But like, I don't know who you are.
You could be kidnapping me.
Yeah, very much. And then we go. Yeah, you're choking on it. It's so funny.
Elmo, that's crazy.
Can you imagine?
This
like,
is my life.
She turns into Elmo and just gives you a look, and then she locks the door.
like,
Yeah.
And she's like, "We're not going.
We got
home."
him.
Yeah.
Sesame Street.
Yeah. She's like, "We're not going home. We're going to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood."
We go to the so we go to the coffee shop, and I'm just kind of weirded out. And then before we step out, she's like, "I'm just texting my friends, letting them know that you didn't kill me." I was like, "This is all great stuff.
That
Let's
I didn't
go."
kill you. Is what you
I
probably
didn't
were
kill
thinking.
her.
Yeah,
Basically.
that's what you were
Yeah.
thinking.
That's because I'm the weird one.
Yeah.
Right now. So, and I'm like,
She just
you know what?
starts-
She's really sweet. She's just super nervous. You know, put all that aside. Then we sat down and we started having a normal conversation. I was like, okay, this is going well. And then she says, "Oh, do you like conspiracy theories?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I think they're fun."
Please don't. She did not bust this out.
This first one she brought up
Is this a first date? You said
First
or
date.
first time you met her?
First date.
Oh,
First time I
God.
met her, first date.
No.
And then she said, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, what? You think the moon landing was fake?" She's like, yeah, I think all school shootings are planned by the government." I was like,
No.
"Dead serious."
This has to be a joke.
No, that's what she said.
Oh, no.
And then I was like,
All the while you're holding your nose in her car.
"What'd you say?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh.
I was like, "Hold the phone." And I was like, "And we're in public." She yells that basically. I'm like,
Oh. Gotta go.
I don't want to know what Discord
and then like
server she's on.
we start going into
Ugh.
another conversation, and it was like normal, I guess. And again, she kept on flip flopping, and then she brought out, "Oh, by the way," and
No, stop, please.
she brought it. She brought up an "Oh, by the way."
I'm still reeling from the first one.
She brought up an "Oh, by the way,"
Oh no.
and
Wait, I need a break. Okay,
she said, "Oh, by the way, I get head on by Mexican men all the time because they think I'm older than I am." I said, "Huh?" I'm like,
Okay.
she says that. I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah."
By the
Yeah.
way, I'll be flirted
By
with
the way,
everyone.
I get with all
Yeah,
specifically
what?
picked out a race for some reason. I'm just like, okay, good to know. And then she brought up like a story of how it happened at Walmart. She got catcalled or something. I'm like, why are you telling me this?
Walmart catcalling.
Yeah, because that's
By Mexicans.
by Mexican specifically.
Yeah, you forgot that detail.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Don't forget it. Don't
Yeah.
forget it.
so let's recount. Just like, who am I? I'm just like, oh crap, I have to go home eventually. Which means it's going to be in her car. And that was the worst part. That's usually the good ending. But no.
Why didn't you call me to pick you up, bro? I'd have saved you.
So eventually I was like, okay, I
Yeah.
think this date's done. She's like, okay, cool. So we drive back to my house. And I'm the whole time like thinking, okay, you know what? I'm just going to say this was nice. Goodbye. Nice. Goodbye. As soon as she stops by my house, she says, "So when are we doing this again? I had a lot of fun." I
Never.
was like, I'll text you. And I'm like, I usually have pretty thick skin about that stuff, but for some reason it just was like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah, I'll text you. I'll think about it. And I thought about it. I was like, maybe I'll just give her one more date, give her a try.
Are you serious?
Maybe she had a bad day.
Are you serious?
Maybe-
Actually?
Maybe she had a bad day.
Oh, this is horrible.
Maybe she had a bad
Your
day.
standards are.
But this was years ago, okay?
Not that long
We had
ago,
a,
buddy.
you had your thing.
I remember this
This was
story.
my
Hey,
thing.
true.
Okay. So I was like, okay, maybe,
different when you lie, though.
because I'm just like, I don't want to be judgmental. That was the whole thing that was like stapled on me. I was like, I don't want to come out as judgmental.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe I'll give her a try. And then that night, she texted me at like probably 11 a.m. No, not a.m. Sorry, p.m. p.m. She says, "Oh my gosh, Jacob, my family is so horrible. They're forcing me to, believe all this stuff. They're like putting scripture on me, just like I feel so wrecked and abused, and just dropped all this trauma on me." And she's like, "I feel like you're the only one I can talk to right now." I'm like,
Does
Oh,
she
yeah.
realize you're a Christian though?
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, also that's funny. On the way back, she was like, she cursed, and then she was like, "Oh my gosh, I know you work. I know you go to church. Like, I'm so sorry." I'm like, I don't care.
Not your savior.
I was like, I dropped the F-bomb. I was like, there, you good. You can be comfortable now. It's just like,
She's like, F no.
what would Elmo do? No, so she dumps all this trauma on me, and I don't even respond. I'm just like, I don't know
Yeah.
what to do. And then the next day,
Yeah.
she says, "Hi, I just drove by your house." Texted me. Ah. I'm like,
Oh my god.
Yeah. Trauma dumping.
Normally, I'd be like, "Hey, this
Yeah.
ain't gonna work out." I was like, "I'm scared to further any
Just block
conversation or
her.
communication." I did. I was like, "I'm scared of further any communication with her," so I just blocked her. I was like,
You just look out the window. There's Elmo looking in. You're like, "Oh."
The Elmo sound
Yeah.
on the
the head
street.
is on my door.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that was probably like the craziest
That
first
sucks,
date.
dude.
Craziest first date. One of them,
Hold on. You gotta
Oh,
redo
yeah,
the
yeah.
camera again.
I got you, Jen. Okay, it worked good.
3, 2, 1. Oh man,
Close enough.
that was awful.
Good try.
I failed. I
Good
We're
failed.
not in
try.
sync. We've done this like 8 times, Courtney. Get in the
I
gear.
got this. I got this.
All right, Ships. You had more to add to this story?
Not to that story,
Oh,
but I do have
Need to
like
change of
there were a
pace.
couple like again like I don't go on that many dates, but when I do, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like dedicate a good amount of time to this. One date went on for like I think it was 6 hours.
Hey.
Like, we went to go get coffee and we talked for 6 hours straight, and I felt it was great.
It's cute.
But then like it kind of just like fizzled out. That wasn't really fun. I was just more like, oh, that was the first time I was like, okay, like, this feels real.
Mhm.
And then the next time, I ended up driving to Manchester, I think. Yeah.
England.
No. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, thank you. I was working on that.
And then
Let them cook.
I don't want to give you the real location. I ended up driving far. Like it was probably a 3.5 hour drive
What street again?
For a girl?
for a girl. Yeah. Because I was
guys
no.
do things for women.
yeah,
Hey.
just
They
serious.
will.
Real men
seriously.
would move mountains to be with a woman.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say move to Manchester.
No,
Like,
she
what the
said, she's like, what would an average woman do in that scenario?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. You went above average. That's too much.
Yeah, I need to sit
Yeah.
down. But it was really it was very a little off-putting. I was thrown off basically, and I'd love to get your opinion on this.
Okay.
So when I met her, she wanted to go to an arcade, and we went to an arcade. It was fun. We actually clicked really well. And then like we had a lot of fun, and I was like, hey, what if we go to like? It was kind of getting later. I was like, hey, what if we go to like get coffee now? She's like, okay, yeah. So we actually went to a coffee place. So she felt comfortable enough to change locations. At least it's a good sign. And we started talking, and somehow last names got brought up, and my name got brought up. And then I said what my heritage was, and she was like, "Oh, okay, I don't even know my heritage." I was like, "Well, what's your last name?" She's like, I'm not going to tell you that." I was like, "Oh, okay, that's fine. If you don't want me to tell me, if you don't want to tell me that, that's fine." And then like I was saying, "Yeah, this is kind of a." She was like, "How long was this drive?" I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of a long drive for me. Do you live around here?" She's like, "I'm not going to tell you where I live."
Okay.
I was like, "Okay."
Like in that exact word.
Can I know you?
I'm not going. Yeah, she's like, "I'm not going to tell you that."
Okay.
And she was like, very like,
Maybe it's just for safety.
"No," and I get that, but
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay."
You can be nice about it.
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
very, like,
exactly.
You're scum.
Yeah. You might kill me.
Yeah, and
To
then
the
like
tune of Elmo.
what really kind of was like, I don't know if made me upset, but I'm just like, I asked her like halfway through, I was like, hey, would you feel comfortable doing this again? She was like, oh, absolutely. I was like, cool. And then on our way out, I was like, okay, so when you want to do this again? She's like, oh, I'll look at my calendar. And I knew what that meant.
Nope.
I was like,
Yeah.
your calendar's on your phone. I didn't say that, but I was like, I know that. So I was like, oh, okay. I mean, like, what can we just figure out, like a basic time? She's like, oh, I'm super busy. I was like, okay.
Oh yeah. That cold shoulder. I know it well.
I was just like, and I went home and I was just like, man, like I didn't feel
4
like
hours?
I gained anything out of that. In 4 hours, yeah. I was like, I didn't feel like I gained it. Because usually I feel like, okay, I learned something from it,
Yeah.
Like I know there was one where like this girl wanted to meet her friends after one. No, it was she worked
I
late.
remember this story.
Yeah, she worked late at a restaurant. And then she was like, hey, you should come see me after I get off my work. I was like, cool. So I drove up. I got there 10 minutes early. And then she ended up being like 30 minutes later than she said she would. And that's fine. She came out and she's like, oh my gosh, I didn't think you'd actually show up. I was like,
Aw.
oh yeah, of course. Like, of course I'd show up if I said I would. And she's like, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to go home now. But it was great to meet you.
What?
Yeah. And she was, I was like, huh?
Oh, that was terrible.
And then, yeah, it was,
Remember this
I
story.
was upset. I was like, that was bad. And then the next day, she was like, hey, I'm having a birthday party. You want to meet all my friends? I was like,
No.
I'm proud of myself for my integrity. I was like, I really don't, I don't really know you that well enough to meet all your friends. I'd rather just meet you, like officially one-on-one. She's like, and then she didn't respond to that. But she had told me that she just moved out of her boyfriend's house and she's getting out of a really bad relationship. And then she ghosted me after I said that like, hey, I don't really want to meet your friends right now. And then like I think I saw her on Facebook, and like the next day she was back with her,
Oh,
with her
yeah.
boyfriend.
Yeah, you were a
Or-
rebound.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
That's
was like,
literally.
you know what, dodge a bullet.
And
But
Yeah.
that was great too because I predicted that. I was like, she's back with the boyfriend.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just yeah. Everyone had different theories
It's
on
on
what happened.
it's on camera. I was like, I'm
No
Let me tell
way.
you my theory.
Oh, that's right.
Her ex showed up and she got back with them.
Yeah.
And booyah! Do I know women or don't I?
That's
crazy.
Congratulations.
That's right. Now
sir.
you can clap. Not that clap. But applause.
Golf clap at least.
Now you can clap. Okay.
But I will say, after every single like wrong turn, I've always learned something. You know, I've always
Yeah.
grown a little bit, except for that one person I had to drive for. I'm just like, I didn't learn anything about her because she wouldn't tell me anything about her.
You got the bittersweet taste of disappointment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now you
But
know
now
what
I'm
that
just
tastes like.
now I'm just like, man, waste of time. Not a waste of time. I wouldn't say that, but I'm just like not like.
4 hours.
All right, Courtney.
driving.
I'm telling you,
on.
when you feel like there could be a connection, at
Hey,
least for a
true.
guy, you're just like, I don't care if it's 6 hours. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make that work. you
Yeah,
know,
if
like-
she's into it too, you're like excited to
Oh,
make
sure.
that
Yeah.
drive.
there's something about it, definitely.
sweet.
I tell you what, Maddie's first date, I hate dogs, but she had a dog, so I got him like these cookies. And then, don't get too excited, because then she started eating them, and I was like, she's like, these taste just like real cookies. No, she's like, you want one? I was
And
like,
that was when you knew.
I had a freak on my hands. I can't tell you that's the night I knew I was going to marry her, but
Gosh, that's so. I didn't know that. That's
yeah,
funny.
and I don't think she wanted me to tell everybody that, but
Oh,
it's my story too. I was there. I watched her do it. She
You
offered
bought
me
the
a
cookies.
She offered me one. I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna eat that. I appreciate the thought though.
that is so
Glad
funny.
you thought of me to offer me one.
Yeah, no, but honestly, I feel like I have like those best dating stories because everyone's like, dude, like that is not normal. Yeah, being kidnapped by an Elmo fan really wasn't on my bingo card.
Starring Liam Neeson. He's in the back.
He's like, okay, I'll save you.
Yeah, I will find you.
Oh, so good. So yeah,
Before we go, Courtney, you have to have a good bad date story. Something. Give me something funny. You got it.
you
It's
did
in
tell
there.
me about that guy, that creepy guy. I don't know if you want to remember you were saying.
I know you have a good
Okay.
story in there.
No, I never went on a date with this man.
Okay, yes.
You can never hear this.
Preference, of course.
Ever hear this?
Like you see ever.
You're
gonna
saying
call him-
preference. I know you are.
I'm not saying preference. Preface. I just say it fast.
Okay, fine. Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
call this guy Brad. There we go.
Sure, that's right.
Code
Okay.
name.
Brad.
His
Yes.
name's not Brad. But
Okay.
there's
I
a
don't
guy.
believe you.
What?
I don't believe you.
She's like, I panicked and just said his name.
No.
Brian. Brian.
He's from Asia.
Oh, there's a guy that roams around, and every week he asks me if
Seriously?
yes.
Every week?
So literally every week, I have
Okay.
people to back me up. If I am available, so I started telling him, "Hey, me and my ex are still together, like happily, you know." And so there was one week where I told him, like, "Hey, yeah, we did break up. We're on a break, you know, give it some time,
Yeah.
wherever
Oh,
the
you
Lord
made his
takes it."
day.
He
got so excited.
automatically
He told
was
all his
like,
guys.
so then he was like, well, you know, I've been trying to like take you out on a date and like, you know, I love
like,
to make you
"Oh."
mine. And he started saying all these things that immediately I regretted it. So I started telling him, hey, I got
worked
back
it
with
out.
my ex. I got back with my ex. So every week he asked me, he's like, how are you and him? I was like, we're good. Like, we're doing great.
I like to think, yeah, me and my ex are doing great. Like you actually say that.
I was telling this whole novel. Yeah. And so I feel bad. Sorry, Brad.
I don't
You'll
feel
never
bad
get
because
me.
of his.
You
You
feel
said he was
bad?
way. You also
don't
said he was like
know.
way older. So I'm just like,
Oh, way older.
really
way
weird.
older.
That's
Ow,
really
that
weird.
hurt.
That was passion right
That
there.
really hurt my ears.
Yeah.
Well, okay. You mind me asking, how old are you?
I just turned 25.
Okay, so way older would be probably 40s.
No, okay, maybe not that old. He's like
I think 10 years is okay, for the record.
10 years.
That's fine.
I think it
I
depends
think
on maturity
maybe.
though. And this guy,
I think maybe 5.
Is old.
5 is
too
good.
old.
My
5 is
ex is
good.
30, so
Okay.
I like older men because I think they're mature and then they're actually not. So I just fool myself.
Age mean like I know people use this in a bad way. Age is just a number. People use that in a gross way, like, oh, she's 13. Age is just a number.
Okay, so
Ugh.
she's 25. What if the guy? I don't think he is.
But
But what
it
if he was
doesn't-
like 33 or 34?
It doesn't mean mature.
Yeah,
Exactly.
wait, 33, 34. What are your thoughts?
Dating a 25-year-old,
Yeah.
like I said, 10 years is fine.
I feel like
think it's a
30
maturity
is
thing.
fine,
Yeah.
I really think it's a maturity thing because like my parents are 10 years apart, but they also, I don't know. I think my dad was from what I hear, was pretty mature when he was 30. My mom was as well, but
Is she older? Is he older?
he's older.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just also the act of him asking every week, almost like it's high school, like that's weird to me. I'm sorry, that's kind of weird. I think you should grow out of that, to be honest. Like
You're out of what?
like to ask every single week.
Oh, that
if she's like available, like I think.
Well,
that's just, like,
creepy.
There's something wrong in the head.
Yeah.
That's going on.
I'm
That's
just
not
like-
that's not a normal thing.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
now creepy guys will fantasize like, oh, she broke up, yes, and then they
Yeah.
can start thinking about, okay, what do I do now? Which is usually nothing. But this guy, and if you're watching, you know what I'm talking about. Like,
Right.
oh, I'm so excited to not do anything about it.
Yeah.
But this guy, if he's just like, man, we just broke up, and he's like peeks around the corner, his ears perk up,
Yeah.
and he's like,
His listening device.
He watches me across like the room, and so I have people that come up to me to get me out.
it's like, hey, he's staring at you.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. No, there's
actually.
something wrong up here. There's some
yeah,
screws
yeah,
loose.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not good.
In that instance, 10-year difference is not cool.
Something about it.
you're
I'm
a
just
creep.
saying it makes it worse. I'm not saying it's the only thing, but
No, it's a maturity thing. If you're not a weirdo.
yeah.
Now, if he's 10 years older and still single, it might raise questions about why are you still single? Like,
Yeah.
did your wife die? Did you divorce?
Did you kill her?
Exactly. Is he crazy?
Yeah.
Like, does he like blow up her phone with like, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? That. You can ask more questions. Why are you still single at 10 years older than me, 35?
Yes.
And it's like, hey, well, we were together. She cheated or I cheated. It was a big mistake. And then you can go from there. But if he's like, I don't know, but they just said I care. Yeah, I care too much. How's that a bad thing? That's a stalker. If he cares too much, that's his reason. Yeah. Like that means he's blowing up her phone with, where you at? Who are you with?
At least you didn't give him your number. Good. Lord.
He already got it
Courtney,
somehow.
no.
Yes. And then
No, I
he started
understand
texting
why.
me of
I
like,
understand why
so
it
then
would.
after
Not her fault.
we talked and he was like, and I just like, I'm just so friendly with him. Like I call him buddy. Like I'm just like good. And then he was like, yeah, so would you want to get coffee the other day? And I left him red and he's like, yeah, so about that coffee. And I'm like, I just feel like the signs I've been literally showing you should be enough, And so,
But you haven't gone a direct no. You haven't given him it's not
Guys
happening.
need that.
well, no, I know, but I've told him like,
He's not
hey,
a normal guy though.
It's true.
with
He
my
needs like to be
ex.
slapped.
And
while
then I
that's
told
single.
him like, hey, see you as like a brother in Christ, like good friend, and
It's
like
the worst thing to be
that's-
told.
I know, right?
You need to just
But-
say no.
I know it's just hard to say no to him because it's like, yeah. But Brad is moving, so
Oh, okay. And he's taking you with him.
Wait.
It sounds like.
I feel like I actually know who Brad is now.
yep.
Oh my, tall, really
Hold
tall.
on.
Yep.
Okay, hold on now, guys.
Oh my god.
Guys,
I have some
stop.
Gotta
stories
go.
for you. Bye, Brad.
Where's he moving to though? Like across from your
Oh
place?
my gosh,
Still-
that makes so much sense now.
Right.
Yo.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
Hey.
But like, where's he moving? Across the street from your house?
We'll be a few hours away
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad. He's gonna make that drive for you.
until yeah.
Brad's a lot of things, but a nice guy he is not.
Well, he drove 4 hours out of his way.
gosh.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe
No.
you should give him a date
Never.
and then come back on the show. Oh,
Yeah.
that was
No,
it.
let me just test trial my love life for a podcast series.
Yes.
Why
Hop back
not?
on the show. Tell us about Brad's date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Gross.
Give him a try. Okay, gross, she said. Worst you could say is no.
Yeah.
Gross.
Oh.
Repulsive.
All right.
All
Well,
right, then.
let's stop there before we accidentally say who Brad is. Guys, it was a great episode. Courtney, I'm glad you stayed on for 2. I'm glad you hopped on. I
Thanks.
hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
It was a good experience.
Good
and
having you.
come back on anytime. Tell
Please.
Shaps or whatever,
Please do.
and we'll get you on. We're here pretty much every week.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we'd love to have you back on again. So, it'd be fun.
Love to be back on.
All right, guys, we will see y'all next time.
Bye.